When you know your story, how do you think it changes you as a human being?
Oh, it's everything. Knowing our story is the bedrock of being able to communicate with ourselves in a way that means we're on our own side. Because we understand our needs, we understand our skills, we understand our limits. We know who we are and what we're working with. We know the vessel that we're driving through life. We get it. We know what all the switches do. But also, it is just critical and life-changing, absolutely, to know your story in a way that then helps you connect your story to other people's. Something that often acts as a bit of a barrier to accessing therapeutic support, I think, is the sense of selfishness around that. It's a bit indulgent. I should focus on caring for other people and helping other people, and that will be where I get my meaning and my sense of fulfillment. And all of that's true, but I think the reverse is often more effective. If we've dug into who we are, we will spill that out very organically rather than trying to find ourselves in somebody else's story. We find ourselves in our own, and then that connects to everybody else's around us. So you can have a completely different upbringing, a completely different set of experiences. If you know what all of these emotional reactions are called, and you know what themes you're working with, you can connect to all the ones they're expressing as well. And it's massively connecting experience rather than a disconnecting one. But we have to connect internally to do that effectively externally.
Interesting. So sort of on that line, how can we be sure not to push people away when we're telling our stories?
I think very often, I keep coming back to this word compassion, and it's a bit of a buzzword, and it has been for a few years, I think, but not without reason. I will push somebody away from my story if I'm presenting my character as an easy victor, as a particular version of my story as sort of figuring things out and finding solutions and being terribly good at everything. That will alienate, because I've missed out quite a chunk of the process, probably out of shame or discomfort that it took me so long or that I found it so hard. So I've presented this part of it, and anybody who isn't in that part of it, they're going to hide behind a rock if I go away. Equally, I can push people away if I'm focusing on powerlessness, my lack of story. If all I'm communicating is sort of whirling, then that can be very overwhelming, and people don't know what to connect to because it's whirling. There's no clear presentation of self there at all. Whether that's I'm in process, but this is where I'm at and how I feel about where I'm in process. People will take their cue from us very often. So if I'm confused by me, they'll be confused by me. If I'm at peace with me, they're more likely to be at peace with me too.